Seniors Angela Ewert and Ellie Soken will be signing.
Testing, testing.
At this time, would everyone please direct your attention to the 50-yard line? Tonight, we would like to honor Kyle Sides, the white hat referee for tonight's game. He's officiating his last football game tonight after 24 years. He's been the referee of his crew 18 of those years. He's been the consistent leader of his crew, recruiting and mentoring many crew members during those years. His postseason officiating accomplishments include 7 by-district games, 6 regional games, 6 sectional games, 3 sub-state games, and 1 state championship game in 2019. His commitment to growing the officiating network and providing a great environment for student athletes to compete makes him a winner and someone we will all miss on the football field. Please give Kyle a round of applause. Say thank you for his commitment to the student athletes of Central Kansas.
Good evening, everyone. Getting kind of adjusted up here in the booth. Howdy, everyone, and welcome back to Hobbs Stadium. It is finally fall weather, and it is showing here at Hobbs Stadium. The Halloween costumes are on, and we are ready for a high school football game on Halloween. Can't remember the last time this has happened, so super special night. Hesston will host the Trinity Knights. These two teams matched up 3 weeks ago on this very field, and Hesston came away with a final score of 66-34. It was a 3-hour game if you didn't join us, and it was 100 total points were scored in the entire game. And it took a long time, but it was a very entertaining game. Blaine Wilson had a huge game for the Swathers, and the Knights threw the ball very well through the air. Quarterback number 3, Zach Zimmerman, really showed out in that ball game, just like he did a week ago. I don't know if you saw, but he is a player to watch tonight. Zach Zimmerman last week against Nickerson, he threw for 5 touchdowns, 265, and had 7 total touchdowns, adding 2 rushing in the game as well. Sports in Kansas shout out a week ago. Congrats to him. That's how I saw it. So that's our game breakdown. I told you guys how each offense and defense works. Simple. The Knights want to throw the ball. They want to establish the run and throw the ball. I think they discovered last time they can throw the ball a lot better against Hesston rather than running the football. So I anticipate Zimmerman to be throwing the football a lot more in this game than he did a few weeks ago. And the big wide receiver, Corey Murphy, came on late in that game against Trinity and started to play really well. So I anticipate a lot of targets for him. Another person to watch for Trinity is the running back, number 22, Oyola, if he's playing. I don't know if he's playing or not, but he's another player to watch for them. Yeah, he's back there. The Knights are 4-4 on the year. They just beat Nickerson their last time they were playing, and Hesston is 5-3, coming off of 2 rather disappointing losses, I should say. I won't go into the details. Hesston dropped one against Riley County and then got shut out against Andale there last week. But Swathers looking to bounce back this week and get their season back on track, as Ethan Schrog will kick off to start the game, as the Swathers won the toss and deferred to the second half. Back deep for the Knights is number 1, Rylan Snyder, and number 22, Oyola, the running back and wide receivers, both starting on the offense for the Knights. So Ethan Schrog's kick is away. Squib kick down the middle. It's going to go right to Snyder. Snyder's going to take it up the right sideline, form back to the middle, and just nowhere for him to go. I think there was O'Halloran was there on the tackle at their own 25-yard line. The Knights will take over 1st and 10. And as I said earlier, in the pass, the Knights look to attack you in the pass game. They're gonna throw deep balls. They're gonna throw it underneath. They're gonna throw a lot of screens, trying to get their playmakers in space. As opposed to the Hesston defense, Hesston's gonna pack the box and try to stop the run first and foremost. Then once they stop the run, they're gonna drop back in the pass game. Their secondary struggled this season guarding the pass, but they're gonna see what happens, as Oyola will get the first carry, and he will just go absolutely nowhere. Zero-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And just as I was saying, if the Knights want any success on offense, I think it's going to come through the arm of Zach Zimmerman. If you guys watched the game 3 weeks ago, you could tell that Zimmerman had taken a few big hits when he dropped back, and I was very proud of him. He just popped right back up and was throwing darts the entire game. So we'll see if that affects him tonight. See if the Swathers can get to him and force some pressure. And just as I say that, Zimmerman is sacked on the play by Ethan Coutre, but I think he got the collar. So it's going to be a horse collar, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic 1st down. Huge momentum shifter for the Swathers. It was going to be 3rd down and 15, and now it's 1st down and 10 for the Knights. So the Knights, after the 15-yard penalty, will take over 1st down and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Zimmerman is going to be in the shotgun with number 2, Kipton Roberts, in the sidecar. Kipton's just going to stay in and block, and the ball is going to be thrown up to Rylan Snyder. Good ball, a little bit out of the reach of Rylan Snyder. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Trinity Academy Knights. I know this might be a little bit out of the blue, but if you have never seen Trinity's home football stadium, you got to go watch a game there. It's really, really unique. They have like brick seating for the opposing team, and then their home side is just a big grandstand, and it's really nice field, nice turf. They're in Wichita, as Roberts is smothered on the play by some Swathers, and he got a 1-yard gain, bringing up 3rd and 9 for Trinity. So Um, Hesston is having a busy weekend playing Trinity. I don't know if you guys know, but yesterday the Swathers played state volleyball. They lost to Trinity in straight sets. I don't know the scores, but as the ball is intercepted on the play by Jamison Cole, the senior. 50-50 ball there thrown up by Zach Zimmerman, intended for, I believe it was either Snyder or Brighton Beatty, and it was undercut by Jamison and picked off. And as I was saying, Hesston played state volleyball. They lost to Trinity in straight sets. The football team plays Trinity tonight, and then the girls cross-country team tomorrow will run against Wichita Trinity, as Wichita Trinity and Hesston are the favorites in that race, I believe. So interesting to see who gets the win. Trinity is already 1-0 against the Swathers, as Blaine Wilson will take it on the outside, and he looks to have a gaping hole on the right side. And he will have a 35-yard run down to the Trinity 25-yard line. I think that's the biggest question for the Knights, is can they stop Blaine Wilson in the running game for the Swathers? Relatively small D-line, it looks like, going up against that Swathers bigger offensive line. And the Swathers are just going to run off tackle all night long until they're stopped. A little pitch play to Deering on the outside, and there's going to be a pancake by Drew Bartell over in the backfield, and it will result in a 7-yard gain there by Daxon Deering. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Looks like Trinity is going to stack the box. Looks like they got almost 9 in the box right now. Hesston's going to go off tackle. Blaine Wilson cuts back inside for a 4-yard gain, and it'll be a 1st down for the Swathers in the red zone for the first time this game. If you don't know, the red zone is the 20-yard line and in when on the opponent's side of the field. Blaine in the sidecar. A little spin move action. Looks like going to be a wildcat to Blaine Wilson. Fake handoff to Humphreys, and Wilson up the middle. And he's going to be driven down at the 6-yard line by, I believe, number 22, Oyola. If you're a football fan, you can't ask for better weather in the fall. My favorite games is going to a game where it's like 50 degrees, sweatshirt and pants weather, and just watching football. There's just something different about the atmosphere, and we're getting into that time the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to be that dynamic before it gets super cold, as Wilson is bottled up in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd down and 3, or 3rd down and 3 from the 8-yard line for the Swathers. Swathers are yet to throw the ball this game, unless you count the toss to Daxon as a throw, but I count it as a run. Swathers just running the ball, making Trinity stop them, as Wilson will walk it up the middle into the end zone for the Swathers, and the Swathers strike first in this first round of playoffs. Blaine Wilson into the end zone on a 6-yard scamper, and Hesston leads 6-0. Fun fact, Ethan Schrog has not attempted a field goal since the Trinity game back 3 weeks ago. He has actually been sidelined due to other teams were playing going for 2 weeks ago, and then last week Hesston did not score a single point against Andale, so no need for Ethan to kick. Hesston barely crossed the 50-yard line, to be exact. So Ethan didn't need to kick last week, and he didn't kick the week before because Hesston got down early and had to use 2-point conversions to come back. Came up short, But nonetheless, the kick is good. Hesston leads 7-0 with just under 8 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. So Strog to kick off for the second time this game. Same guys back for Trinity. Shrug kicks the ball, and we are back in action. Kicked it to Snyder again, and Snyder will get 10 yards further than he did last time, up to the 35-yard line, where Trinity will take over first down and 10. So these teams have actually played, I believe, 4 straight years, if I'm not mistaken, because we've played them twice at home. I played them twice on the road, and then once at home when I was in high school, and this will be we played them all 4 years, plus the 5th time because we played them twice this year. So these teams know each other really well. I think Hesston is 4-0 so far against Trinity, but that can all change with one game, and the winner or the loser goes home after this game. So huge winner go home game tonight as Oyola goes forward for 2 yards. If I'm Coach Ryan Shadler of the Knights, I'm going to try to get my quarterback, Zach Zimmerman, a few easy dump-offs, gain his confidence back after throwing that pick on the first drive, just so that he can establish his arm in this game, as it's going to be a big factor throughout the entire game. We're going to go a little quarterback keeper. Just nowhere to go for Zimmerman. He will end up losing 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Knights. So in the world of sports, the World Series is going on. If you haven't tuned in, I would highly encourage it. 2 blue blood teams, I guess you should say. The Blue Jays and the Dodgers. One's from another country. The other's the Dodgers. So tune in. They're really good games. Might not. But it nonetheless is a fun World Series as the Swathers chase down Zimmerman in the back Zimmerman from behind there on the quarterback scramble for a 0-yard gain, and the Knights will be forced to punt. Wilson and Haug back deep for the Swathers. Snap good, kick good. It's one thing KU can't do. And a really good boot. Really good boot there by Zimmerman as it rolls all the way down to the 3-yard line. Excuse me for my language. Really good boot there by Zimmerman, the quarterback, as he punted it from the 35 all the way down to the 4, which by my calculations would be 60-plus yard punt, something like that. So Swathers backed up in their own end zone. And if I'm the Swathers, I would not throw the ball here. I'm just going to keep running it until they stop me. It's exactly what they do at the handoff to Wilson, and Wilson will jet forward and break free from the defense. And Wilson is still running 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Swathers on a 96-yard touchdown run from Blaine Wilson. His second touchdown of the game, his his fifth or sixth touchdown on the year against Trinity. Not his longest touchdown against Trinity, though, I will say. But nonetheless, a 96-yard touchdown. Huge momentum shifter in this game. Swathers up 13-0. Outside stretch play there. Found the gap and shot through it was Wilson there. And the Swathers will lead now 14-0 after the made extra point. And it just feels like this game just was flipped on its head with that touchdown run. Because now, instead of being backed up in your own end zone, Hesston is now at 14-0 in the blink of an eye. So, it is Halloween. It is a spooky night, as some of you may say. I'm not really the biggest fan of Halloween, but others are. Kids love it. I'm really happy to see all the kids out here in their costumes supporting the Swathers. It's really good. Really cool to see them here. All the students had costume day at school. There's a lot of cool costumes, a lot of meh costumes, and it's just interesting to see what people come up with every year. As the Swathers get a good kick from Schrog, and Oyola does a really good job of getting 15 yards on that return, stringing it all the way to the opposite sideline. Okay. As Zimmerman will take it, looks like they're going to go into the pass game. He overthrows his wide receiver, Brighton Beatty. And a little fun fact shared with one of the viewers was it was the second longest touchdown run by a Hesston High School player. The longest was a 99-yard touchdown by Trinity's head coach, who was a Swather. His name was Ryan Shadler. He did that against Hillsboro, but Blaine Wilson does it in Hesston, 96 yards, so just 3 yards shorter. But nonetheless, both impressive feats. As Zimmerman's going to pass again. Looks like he's just trying to get a completion. He gets a completion, hit hard right after Oyola caught the ball, but he will get 4 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 6. And if you're Hesston's defensive coordinator, Doug Broadfoot, all you can ask for is just stop after stop, and that's what the Swathers have got so far. 3rd downs are huge in the game of football, especially if you can string them out across the drive. Eventually, a team's not going to be able to convert unless you're KU right before the half. Then you can score on a 10-minute touchdown drive. But it's fine. K-State won 42-17. All you K-State fans out there, or all you KU fans thought it was your year. It was actually K-State's year. We'll see you next year. As Zimmerman takes the snap, Swathers with the rush on. Zimmerman overthrows his target, Snyder, over the middle. And it looks like the punt unit will come on for the Knights. So Zimmerman's last punt went 60-plus yards. We'll see where this one goes. He got a favorable bounce, probably about a 25-yard bounce there at the end of his kick. So we'll see how far this one goes. Pretty still night here at Hobbs Stadium. Swathers almost blocked it. It looks like the kick's going to be out of bounds and it bounced on the 39-yard line. Good call there by the sideline judge. And Hesston will take over, first down and 10 from the 41, excuse me. So, if you don't know about tomorrow there is a lot of good. If you're a football fan and you like watching football, I would encourage tuning in to football tomorrow. College football is amazing. There's always an upset, always a good game brewing in the state of college football. So much fun to watch. So if you're bored tomorrow and want to watch some football, as the Swathers air it out for the first time, a little hook and ladder-esque play, and Wilson is going to be brought down on the far sideline for a 19-yard gain for the Swathers. And Trinity will take a timeout. And the Swathers, Wichita Trinity will take a timeout, and I'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds to a minute. And just like that, the timeout is over, and the Swathers will have the ball. Humphreys to drop back again, and he will evade the sack, and it will turn into a 8-yard run there by Humphreys. Great pressure there by number 75. Number 75, Caden. So good play to force the quarterback to scramble. Just quite couldn't bring him down by the jersey, and it resulted in an 8-yard scramble from Humphreys. So the Swathers will put in backup running back Timothy Rhodes and give Wilson a breather. Rhodes up the middle for a 10-yard run and another Swather first down. Slow first quarter here in Hobbs Stadium. 2 minutes to go, and Hesston's already up 14-0 with the ball in Trinity territory. And Trinity is yet to get a first down, not including a penalty, in the first quarter. So dream start for the Swathers. Not a good start for the Knights, as Gavin Larson dropped the football, and it'll be an incomplete pass. He kind of caught the ball, stopped, and then just dropped it. So it wasn't a fumble. He didn't take 2 steps. He just mishandled it, and it will be second down and 10 for the Swathers. the Swathers. Blaine set up in the pistol. A little handoff right, and he will get 3 yards on the play, and it will be 3rd down and 7 for the Knights. See if the Knights can get off the field here and force a probable field goal here from the Swathers with the leg of Schrog. I think that'd be kind of cool for Ethan Schrog to get a field goal opportunity right here. The ball is snapped over Wilson's head, and he will just jump on it, and he will lose 20 yards in the process, most likely resulting in a Swather punt, as it is now 4th down and 27 for the Swathers. Probably a pooch punt by Humphreys, or the Swathers will just try to arm punt, which is, I believe, the quarterback just throwing it downfield and having the defense intercept it. We'll see what the Swathers want to do. I anticipate a hard count here from Humphreys to try to maybe draw them off sides, get them on their heels a little bit. Looks like the Swathers are actually going to go for it. Humphreys is going to roll out and launch it deep into the end zone for Kaysen Landis, and the ball falls just incomplete, and the Swathers will come up empty on the 4th down, and Trinity will take over. Trying to get Josiah to look up here and see if it was actually an incomplete pass. Anyways, Trinity will take over on their own 39-yard line. Best field position they've had so far. Looking to get some points on the board and make this a contest, as they're just going to give it to Oil on a sweep, and he will get 2 yards, but nothing more. Great tackle there from Kaysen Landis on the edge. He set the edge, and then he made the tackle. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Knights. Interesting mascot matchup, if you know what I mean. The Swathers versus the Knights. Knights aren't, there's a few schools with the mascot of Knights, but not many. A Swather is one and only. So, interesting matchup. A lot of times you see like Cardinals and not Wildcats, but you see a lot of Cardinals, a few Dragons. What else? Trying to think through Indians, that's a big one. I know at least 3 schools off the top of my head that have Indian mascots. But anyways, that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Hesston leads 14-0. Trinity's got it. 3rd down and 2. And they will attempt the 3rd down when we come back from timeout.
there.
There we go. I'm back as Trinity picked up the first down with a 7-yard scamper to get the first down. And they will get it inside Hesston territory for the first time this game. Looks like Roberts in the sidecar. They're just gonna run a screen to Rylan Snyder on the outside, and he tries to string out the screen to the outside. Gets brought down from behind and will gain 2 yards, making it 2nd down and 8. See what Shadler's got dialed up for 2nd down and 8. Interesting. I think it's an interesting down in yardage. You can really do anything. I would prefer to pass in this situation, but K-State just likes running halfback dives, so that's kind of what I'm used to. As Trinity tries a option to the outside, and it goes for -5 yards, and it will be 3rd down and 13. And I think that this is the point in the game where you start to get in the lull part of the game, the lazy part of the game, I guess. Each team doesn't have the fire from the start of the game. They don't have the fire from the coaches from halftime, so they're kind of just in a lull period. It's a weird word, but I mean it's true. And each team tries to overcome it as he will go downfield to as Zimmerman will go downfield to his bigger target, Corey Murphy. Corey Murphy cannot come down with the catch, and I think the Knights will punt. The Knights are going to drop back in punt formation. But they did go to a huddle. The past 2 times they punted, they didn't go to a huddle, making me think that this might be a potential fake. And I think the Swathers think that exact same thing, and they are going to call a timeout just to make sure they got the right personnel on the field, just in case there is a fake due to the huddle rather than no huddle they had done the first 2 times they punted. So just little catches in the game that I've noticed. When you watch as much football as I do every weekend, you kind of start to pick up on little things that teams do. Like, I don't know, I'll just use K-State for an example. K-State's linebackers don't have the greatest eye discipline at times. That means that their linebackers' eyes are in the wrong spot, causing a lot of over-the-middle passes and a lot of quality runs due to them picking the wrong spot where the running back is going on a run play. That's just one little thing that I noticed in K-State football, but there's a lot of other things. Like I've noticed that KU can't do special teams against K-State and a few other things, but looks like Trinity is going to drop back to punt, and he will punt it. No one was back deep for the Swathers. The ball will roll inside the 20-yard line down to the 16-yard line, where Hesston will take over 1st and 10. I think the big thing here for Trinity is to not let this game get away from you. You kind of got, right now you're only down 2 scores, meaning this is still an overcomable lead. So all you have to do is get 1 stop and a score, and it changes this game. That was a huge punt forced there by the Swathers, so they get their offensive ball back, giving them a chance to go up 3 scores in this ball game. I would anticipate a few runs with lead blockers for Wilson here. Looks like he's going to come towards us on an outside sweep play with Dirksen being his lead blocker. And the play is blown up in the backfield, and he will actually lose 7 or 8 yards on the play, resulting in it being 2nd down and 17. I think the Swathers have ran that play so many times this year, teams are going to start picking up on it. It's just a simple turn and handoff in pistol to Wilson there. He's not in sidecar like Hesston used to do. They used to be in sidecar like Carter Gonzalez last year would run across the face of the quarterback. But instead this year it's a turnaround and handoff for Humphreys and a little bit of sidecar too. So they've got a little bit of a motion and a false start. Nope, a timeout by the Swathers. So to start here for the Swathers on this last drive, some things I've noticed is that they're too predictable. And when you're too predictable in the game of football, it's when defenses catch on and your offense comes off the field a lot more frequently. So that's why you see these more advanced offensive coordinators being seen as the more successful offensive coordinators, because they trick the defense and make it not so obvious what play they're running, forcing more touchdowns to be scored in the game. And I think the biggest thing for defensive coordinators in football is in-game adjustments. So each game plan for each offense is different, and each game plan for each defense is different. But when your game plan gets blown up after the first play and they score a 75-yard touchdown, you got to adjust to what your coverage is in the secondary, and that's what makes a really good defensive coordinator. What they can do in the second, or not the secondary, what they can do in adjusting mid-game. As the Swathers run a screen for a 10-yard gain there on the far sideline. Kason Landis breaking numerous tackles over there, making it 3rd down and 6 for the Trinity Academy Knights. Or 3rd down and 5 for the Swathers. Trinity back in their 4-3 look. I'd anticipate some pressure on Humphreys. Nope, they just drop back. 4-3, great protection from the Swathers. And it is a great play by Beatty in the secondary. Brighton Beatty, number 9, broke up the pass to Larson down the field. Terrific drop back coverage defense there by Trinity, as their D-line got no pressure. Hats off to the offensive line of Hesston giving Humphreys a pocket, but incomplete pass will force a Swathers punt here, and Oyola is back to return for the Knights. Timmy Rhodes' punt is off. It's a high tailing punt. Oyola and no Trinity player touched it, so they will take over on the Swathers, they'll take over in Swather territory on the 48-yard line. Zimmerman, just a quarterback keeper up the middle. Nowhere to go, as Gunnar Golden was there for the Swathers, getting through that offensive line. No gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. Trinity will have it 2nd down and 10 in Hesston territory, looking for a 1st down and a drive starter almost. If I'm Trinity, I want to wide receiver number 4, Corey Murphy, has got 1 touch this game, and I would anticipate them trying to get the ball to him more. If I'm the coaching staff over there on the Trinity sideline, I'm going to try to get him the ball more. He made a few plays against Hesston. He's a big play threat for Trinity, and I'd anticipate him to get involved here soon in the game. Could be a huge point for a long 3rd down conversion for the Knights, as it's 3rd down and 8. And a 3rd down conversion could kickstart a drive, which would make this a very interesting ball game. Zimmerman will throw it to Snyder down the field and just out of reach of Snyder. And the Trinity coaching staff's got a decision to make. Do they want to go for it, or do they want to make Hesston play offense again? They are not bringing their extra guys on quite yet. Looks like they're going to walk to the sideline and talk about it in a huddle. But they didn't call timeout. We'll say that. They only have a certain amount of time to get on the field. They did end up calling a timeout. I think this is a big play to think about here for the coaching staff and Ryan Shadler over there on the sideline. So I'll let you guys get up, do whatever you need to do. I'll be back in about a minute. And out of the timeout, Nickerson runs a fake field goal pass, which you would think would work, catching the Swathers off guard, but the Swathers weren't fooled. It will be 1st down for the Swathers at midfield, and as you think, one of the funnest plays in, or some of the funnest plays in College Football 14, or like the retro college football video game on Xbox 360. The plays that are the most fun are the fake special teams plays, like fake field goal pass or max protected punt pass or something. They're a lot of fun, and they most of the time work, but in high school football it's too predictable, especially 4th and 8 at midfield, and your quarterback's the punter. Way too predictable. Great job by the Swathers. And in the first play of scrimmage on this Swathers drive, they got 8 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 2. Wilson on another outside carry, stretch play, power O, whatever you want to call it. A little fake pitch to Larson, and Humphreys will go deep, and he throws it down in the square middle of 3 targets. Number 85, Drew Bartell, 23, Kason Landis, and number 6, Daxon Deering. All 3 of them were in the area. None of them were able to make the catch. He kind of decided to place a point in the dead center of a triangle, and it actually worked out. He did a really good job. Now, finding the length to all those wide receivers would be the fun math in that, but Anyways, Wilson back in the pistol, little shift, little handoff up the middle, and Wilson fights forward for extra yardage to get the first down. Initially stopped short, but went forward for 3 more yards, resulting in yet another Swather first down, and the Swathers will have it on Trinity's 40-yard line. Humphreys on the pass to Deering over the middle. 10-yard completion and a first down for the Swathers. And just like that, the Swathers are inside the Trinity 30-yard line. Little quick snap there, quick snap pass. This little RPO, run pass option. So the quarterback can either, depending on the read of the defense and what the linebackers do, if the linebackers crash the line of scrimmage, he pulls it from the running back and throws a slant. And if the linebackers don't crash, then he hands it off to the running back. As Timmy Rhodes will come in the game for the Swathers and scamper forward for 8 yards. And it will be second down and short for the Swathers. As a matter of fact, I believe the World Series is on right now. Let me go check the score and give it to you guys while I'm thinking about it. The score to the World Series shows it is 0-0 in the 3rd inning. So it looks like it's going to be more of a pitching game, pitching show there in that game, as Timmy Rhodes will not be brought down and will actually gain enough yards to get a first down. Maybe not. He's just short or just barely got the first down. Looks like they might have to do a measurement, virtual measurement. Here we go. Just kidding. We don't have that much technology in high school football. Only in the NFL. It will not result in a virtual measurement. Rhodes was short on the play, and it will be 3rd down and 1, and Wilson will enter the game for the Swathers. Great play there by Trinity, forcing a 3-yard loss there on Wilson, and it will be 4th down and 3 there for the Swathers. It was 2nd down and 2. Swathers came up 2 inches short of a first down, and then they lost 3 yards, making it 4th down and 3. Tough break for the Swathers. Great defense from the Knights. We'll see if it pays off for them, and then if they can get their offense the ball back again before halftime. Surprised the Swathers aren't deciding to go up by 3 scores and kick a field goal here with Ethan Schrog at the realm. But instead, Humphreys will snap it, trying to catch him off sides. Doesn't. Rolling out right. Humphreys looks like he's got a lane if he wants it. Decided not to run it, and it was actually an incomplete pass, but they called it a catch by Deering. I don't think that was really a catch, but they ruled it a catch. That is a prime example of not quite seeing the play and making a 50-50 call. I think the ref made the wrong call, but it's their view rather than mine. They're a lot closer, so we'll give it to him. Got a penalty on the far sideline. I'm thinking it's going to be a sideline warning by. It's not a sideline warning. Shadler was not too happy with that play. I was thinking it might be with that completion call. I was thinking it might be a sideline warning, but it was an illegal formation, moving the Swathers back 5 yards. It's going to be first down and 15 rather than 1st and 10 on the Trinity 21-yard line. The Swathers do have Ethan Schrog if they want to just kick a field goal here to end the half, but I don't think that would satisfy Coach Bowerly enough. So they're going to try to go get a touchdown. Humphreys will get swarmed on the play, forcing an incomplete pass, and it will be 2nd down and 15 for the Swathers. Swathers have the ball on Trinity's 21-yard line with 1:45 to go in the half. From the Swathers, I'm just going to try to run this ball and see if I can get some extra insurance yardage. Looks like they're going to run a screen to the outside to Deering. And Deering will not be brought down and will get 8 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 7. Probably 4 down territory pending no lost yardage here for the Swathers, just due to being inside the 10-yard line, or being around the 10-yard line in a high-stakes game. Yes, you do go up 3 scores and get the ball if you don't get this with a field goal, but the Swathers will just chug forward, and Wilson will get into the end zone with a friendly push from his offensive line to make this a 20-0 game with a minute to go here in this 2nd quarter, right before halftime. So as I told you, huge momentum shifter for the Swathers as they were able to convert on the drive. Questionable 4th down call turned into a score for the Swathers. And it will be Ethan Schrog on for the extra point yet again for the Swathers. Side note, nice little LED lit golf cart going down Randall right now, out on the outskirts of the stadium, as Ethan Schrog's kick is up and good per the usual. Don't know where that golf cart's going. Looks like a 6-seater though. Pretty nice golf cart here in Hesston, Kansas. Swather band will be led by drum major Ethan Sivitz down there on the track right before playing at halftime. So interesting little cheerleaders, weren't expecting it. Band played, makes it even better here in Lyle's troops playing as the Swathers are up 21-0. All spirits are happy, maybe a little bit chilly here on this side of the stadium. Trinity has an uphill climb ahead of them as Hesston does get the ball to start the 2nd half. It's called a little double dipping action. Never want that during a restaurant when you're sharing like a cheese dip or something, but you always want it in football. It's when a team scores before halftime and gets the ball at a halftime. And with my experiences, double dipping doesn't really work very often because K-State likes going 3 and out of halftime. But in this situation, Hesston has a really good chance of getting a good double dip and being up 28 just like that. It's a huge game changer as Schrog will kick off. And this half isn't over. Each team possesses 1 timeout, and there's a minute to go, so Trinity could still make a run for the end zone. As Schrog will just pooch it to the no-man zone in Trinity's coverage, and Snyder will take it for a 4-yard return to the 32-yard line. Saw Trinity's kicker warming up. Looked like he had a pretty good leg, so it'll be interesting to see if they want to get him a kick just to get on the board, maybe get a little bit of momentum, but could be a huge momentum shift if Trinity could connect on a few passes here late in the half. Zimmerman will jog out there. We got a penalty marker, delay of game on Trinity, moving back 5 yards. A lot better pace of play this game. Just about an hour in rather than being an hour and a half in at this point in the game. Man, Don't you love Central Kansas? Number 9, Beatty, wide open on a deep ball, and it is caught. If Snyder would have, or Zimmerman would have let him, he could have probably ran for 6 there. But nonetheless, 30-yard pass for Trinity. As the clock runs, they'll try to run up to the ball and get another play set. During high school football, you don't see teams practice this very often, hurry-up offense. Oyola's just going to run it to the outside. He needs to get out of bounds. He does get out of bounds. But since he did get out, surprised Shadler didn't call a timeout there. The clock is actually still running due to a little bit of confusion. I know it's a rule in college, but I don't know if it's a rule in high school where if a runner is running out of bounds late in a game and he gets pushed backward out of bounds, the clock continues to run. So it is a new rule they put in, but instead of just the clock stopping like it usually would, runners, they get pushed backward, the clock continues running, and it causes a lot of confusion. Not a lot of people know the rule. But looked like Hesston knew what was going on, and Shadler was forced to take his last time out way too early. Anyways, 25 seconds to go in the half. 2nd down and 9. Zimmerman's just going to heave it deep for Murphy, and Murphy will catch it. Mistakenly did not run out of bounds, though, so the clock will continue to run. Zimmerman's going to run down there and hurry up to the line as 16 seconds remain. The ball's not been set yet, so the clock does not run. Zimmerman is on the 8-yard line. Heston's not even set, and he will spike it. It'll be 2nd down and 10. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 13 seconds to go in the half from the 8-yard line. Heck of a catch there from Murphy down the far sideline. He just went and got it, but mistakenly he didn't run out of bounds, forcing them to waste a play. Zimmerman will bring the play to the huddle. Zimmerman here, if there's nobody open, you're just running to the end zone at this point. No one's open. You are throwing it out of the back of the end zone or throwing it at a wide receiver's foot or over their head, because you do not want to, at this point in the game, you do not want to throw an interception. As he throws over the middle, and he is not short. He is in the end zone, but they called him short. They don't have a 1st down. They called a penalty, so the clock will stop. Should be an untimed down here if the penalty is on Hesston. Snyder was in the end zone. He was marked short. If there's a penalty,
After the play, personal offense. 15-yard penalty. The down counts. 3rd down.
the penalty was called with 2 seconds to go on the clock, so I don't know if they'll add time. The clock ran down to 0. Here comes the announcement.
Guys! Reset the game clock to 2 seconds.
There it is. There was 2 seconds on the clock when the penalty was called. Still haven't added the time to the clock. Waiting for our clock manager.
Game clock to 2 seconds, please. We will start it on my whistle.
Zimmerman with the snap. He's just going to throw it up. Beatty's open in the end zone. Beatty goes up off his hands in the end zone. He jumped too early, had the position, and the pass will fall incomplete. So the Trinity Knights score before halftime. Officials mark him short. We had a personal foul. Crazy last 5 seconds. The score at halftime is 21-0. Hesston will get the ball coming out of halftime. Yeah, we'll see you then in about 15 minutes.
Tonight we would like to recognize our senior girls tennis players who missed the recognition a couple weeks ago due to their competition at regionals. Our seniors and their parents, Eric and Clarissa Bontrager, parents of Emma Bontrager. John and Renee Ewert, parents of Angela Ewert. John and Jill Griffin, parents of Elise Griffin. Nick and Sherry Ladd, parents of Sophie Ladd. Kevin and Yvette Nickel, both parents of foreign exchange student from Poland, Julia Nowiczka. Adam and Kylie Sokin, parents of Allie Sokin. And Brent and Rachel Yoder, parents of Caroline Yoder. Thank you, senior parents and girls, for your time given to the girls' tennis team throughout the years. We'd also like to recognize 6 girls that qualified for state tennis this fall. Sage Bartle, Elise Griffin, Aubrey Kane, Candace Toll, Lane Leitner, and Caroline Yoder. Our doubles team of Elise Griffin and Sage Bartle finished in 6th place. Let's give them a good round of applause as well. Also, our volleyball team qualified for state, played at Hutch yesterday. Congratulations to them. And our girls golf team had 3 members that qualified last weekend at Cary Park. They were Elizabeth Hosford, Macy Kramer, and Wendy Rod. We also wish good luck to our girls cross country team who will be competing tomorrow at the 3A state cross country meet in Rimrock in Lawrence. Those members are Josie Heinrichs, Avery Larson, Ashley Lehman, Mary O'Halloran, Reese Quinn, and Brinley Schmidt. And now for your halftime entertainment, the 2025-2026 Hesston Pep Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Lyle Graverson and student drum major Ethan Sebitz. Tonight the band will play a couple of Halloween-inspired songs, starting with Michael Jackson's 1982 smash hit Thriller, and then close with the song Monster by the contemporary Christian rock band Skillet.
listen to it rap.
And welcome back to the second half of this district match in the playoffs. Hesston leads 21-0, and they will receive the second half kickoff. Max Phillips receives it on the far sideline. Will take off down the far sideline, has not been brought down yet, and will be brought down after a 40-yard return on the Swather 45-yard line. And that's where the Swathers will start the half. Swathers up 21-0. A little recap of the first half. Swathers jumped out to a 14-0 lead early. 6 minutes through 6 minutes of the ball game. Blaine Wilson with 2 touchdowns, a 7-yard touchdown and a 96-yard touchdown. Second farthest in Hesston history in the first quarter, behind Trinity's coach Ryan Shadler of 99. After that touchdown, Hesston would go on to stall out on 3 consecutive drives, and Trinity has really got nothing going offensively all night long. And then Hesston eventually would break through with a minute left in the half. Some calls later, and it was halftime. Maybe a touchdown wiped off the board by Trinity, as Snyder appeared to be in the end zone, but it was marked short with 2 seconds to go in the half. Didn't result in the touchdown, and now the score remains 21-0, and the Swathers get the ball to start the second half. 2nd and 11 after a 1-yard loss on a run by Wilson, and the Swathers will jump off sides. And that is a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Huge play early in the half for the Knights. I wanted to say Trojans, Knights. I will be joined here by Glenn Birdsall at some point in this third quarter, I believe. Just waiting for him. So be watching out for that. High snap. Jarek handles it. Wilson up the middle, and will fall forward for a 10-yard gain and a Swather first down. Swathers will get it inside. We'll get it inside Trinity territory, and it'll be 1st and 10 on the Trinity 42-yard line. Humphreys in the shotgun, like always. High snap. High snap on the play. Humphreys faked the handoff on the RPO. Number 10, Ashton Upham, was in the passing lane, broke up the pass, and it will result in an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 for Hesston. Humphreys to the huddle. I am guessing it's going to be a Wilson off tackle to the right following Bartell and Kaysen Landis. It is Wilson off tackle to the right. He is met at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for a gain of 2 yards, resulting in a 3rd down and 8 situation here for the Knights, or the Swathers. Swathers long huddle here, discussing the play. They'll quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Humphreys drop back, 3-step drop, and he is met in the backfield, evades the pressure, and will run down the field and take a hit just short of the 1st down marker, it seems. He is going to be about 1 yard short. It's going to be 4th down and 1. Great effort there by Humphreys, evading the sack and getting as many yards as possible. 4th down and 1. I would anticipate a read option here from the Swathers, trying to read the defense, getting them on their heels. We got Coutre as a lead blocker in the backfield, big offensive lineman, and nobody blocks. Nobody blocks one of the defensive linemen for Trinity, and Trinity was able to get in the backfield, and Blaine Wilson had the 1st down but continued to keep going, and resulting in a loss on the play because he continued to keep going and move back. So he doesn't get his forward progress, which had a 1st down, and Trinity will take over after the loss of 2 on 4th and 1.
Trinity Academy will take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
huge momentum shifter. See if Zimmerman and the offense can get something going. They got a little bit of the pass game going late in the half. Got some momentum. We'll see if they go back to it or if they go to the run game. So he's going to drop back. A little slant over the middle to Murphy. Heck of a catch there. Good ball, good catch. 9 yards on the play, and they're going to run a little hurry-up action. A little bit longer of a process to get to the ball.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Zimmerman, quarterback keeper up the middle. Zimmerman has got nowhere to go. It's actually he'll get no gain on the play. It's gonna be 3rd down and 1.5. Just inside. Just on the edge of Hesston territory. Emmett O'Halloran in on the stop for the Slothers. Playing an unusual position here at linebacker the past few weeks. He was a linebacker back in sophomore year towards the end of the year. He's really quick, runs downhill. Oyola is met in the backfield for a negative 3-yard run. And, I mean, if you're Trinity, the only thing you couldn't do there was go backward, and that's exactly what you did. So I think Shadler's going to go for this, just pending the situation. He's down 3 scores, almost halfway into the 3rd quarter. I'd anticipate a throw here from Zimmerman to try to catch, or to try and convert on a 1st down and get a drive started. Beatty in motion, the snap. So he's got an open receiver, and it is picked off by Gavin Larson, and Gavin Larson will run down the sideline and score a touchdown for the Swathers on the near sideline. Wide receiver, I believe it was Beatty. He slipped and fell. He was open, had the 1st down, slipped and fell. Larson tipped it, intercepted it, and returned it 40 yards for a touchdown. Heck of a play there by Gavin Larson. Touchdown Swathers, and it is now 27-0 in the blink of an eye. Schrog will be on for the extra point after the defensive score by junior Gavin Larson.
Extra point from Ethan Schrog is good. Makes the score Hesston 28, Trinity Academy 0.
Just got, never mind. Swathers strike first here in the 2nd half. 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go. They strike first on the pick 6 by number 4, junior Gavin Larson. He's a safety, and he took advantage of the slip there by Beatty on the not rough field conditions, but the grass field. He just slipped. So Schrog will kick off. He kicks off to Snyder. Snyder with a full head of steam and is met by 5 Swathers. And the Swathers will stop them on the 25-yard line, and Trinity will take over 1st down and 10. I would anticipate Trinity will try to run the ball and establish a run here. Oyola, oh, we're going to do a little triple option here. handoff to Oyola, and then a pitch out to the outside. Does not work out the way it was planned by the offensive coordinator of Trinity, resulting in no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Zimmerman calling the play in the huddle. It's 2nd down and 10, and I'm thinking that Trinity needs to just let Zimmerman throw the ball because the run game has not worked all night long. That's exactly what he's going to do here. He's going to take a 3-step drop. Looks like he's going to throw it deep. He's going to throw it deep across the formation to Murphy. Murphy goes up and gets it, has it in his arms, hits his knees, and it will fall incomplete. Zimmerman had 2 guys there. He had Murphy, and he also had Snyder down there. And with 7 minutes to go in the half, Trinity will have a 3rd down and 10 opportunity. Zimmerman drops back. Kason Landis with the pressure. Zimmerman's just going to let it go, and it will fall incomplete. And it looks like Trinity is going to have to punt here to start or midway through this 3rd quarter. So Trinity goes 3 and out. Is forced to punt. Only took 23 seconds on the entire drive. Not the most effective drive, but in their case, it didn't run much time off, so they still worked in their favor. Snap to Zimmerman is perfect. Landis's block is just off, and the ball will bounce on the sideline. Hesston will get it at the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10. Hesston will take over 1st and 10. Trying to see if they can extend their lead to 35-0 or if Trinity can get a stop and keep this at a 4-possession game. Trinity started the half on a promising note. They got a stop on the Swathers, got the ball back on offense, and then on a 3rd down and 8 play, actually a 4th down play, is going to be an incomplete pass, and Zimmerman threw it, and it was picked off and returned for 6 by Gavin Larson, turning the score into 28-0 as Daxon Deering will get 11 yards on the screen pass, and it will be a 1st down conversion into Trinity territory. So I haven't checked the World Series score in a while. I'll get you guys a scoring update on that. The World Series score is 3-1 Dodgers in the 5th inning. So last time I checked was the 3rd, and now it's the 5th. So must have been some long innings in that game, as it is 6 minutes to go here in the quarter, halfway through the quarter. Swathers got it 2nd down and 1. So the Swathers have it 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 1 is one of the best plays. It's a shot play. Humphreys is just going to go deep to Deering. Deering's going to come back for the ball and make a terrific catch around the defender, number 23, Simon Abe Duncan. And he will get down to the 2-yard line for the Swathers, most likely just resulting in yet another Blaine Wilson scamper into the end zone. Instead, it will be Timmy Rhodes with the carry for the SWAT. There's a little pitch play to the outside. Ethan Coutre, and Ethan Coutre will rumble into the end zone for a touchdown. Broke a tackle, and Ethan Coutre, the Swathers senior offensive and defensive lineman, will score a pitch play touchdown for the Swathers on the far side of the field, far corner of the field, making the score 34-0 for the Swathers. And if this kick by Ethan Schrog goes in, it will be a running clock the rest of the game, as Hesston would be up 35-0. Snap, hold, and kick are good. All three for three. Schrog 5 for 5 on extra points. Swathers 5 for 5 on touchdowns in the red zone. Scored 5 touchdowns 4 times in the red zone. So overall, really good performance by the Swathers. 35-0 halfway through the third quarter.
Nice shot, Kyle!
Correction touchdown was Ethan Coutre.
I think that play was in the playbook, installed this week. Ethan Coutre was super excited about it. He got his number called, broke a tackle on the 1 yard line, and got into the end zone for the much-deserved touchdown for the Swathers offensive tackle and defensive tackle.
Ethan Schrog kicking for Rylan Snyder, Yam, Oyola, Bernard, back to receive for Trinity.
Snyder and Oyola are back to return for Trinity. See who he kicks it to. He's been kicking it to Snyder all night long, finding Snyder's number. Schrog does kick it in Snyder's direction. It goes to Oyola. Oyola will come up on it. Quick returner Oyola will hit the gap, and he will take off down the far sideline. Oyola has Ethan Schrog, the kicker, there, making the tackle on the other side of the 50-yard line, just lowering his shoulder. The once linebacker 2 years ago makes the tackle for the Swathers, and the clock will churn as the Swathers are up 35 points. And any running clock or any 35-point lead in high school football results in a running clock the rest of the game, no matter what. Just like basketball, with up 30 in the second half, or up 30 in the second half, the fourth quarter is running clock. But instead, it's the entire second half in football. Oyola is smothered in the backfield for a 1 yard loss. It'll be second down and 11 from the Swathers 46-yard line. Zimmerman to take the snap, roll out right. He's just going to throw it, check down, before he gets hit by Ethan Coutre in the backfield. Tough guy is Zach Zimmerman. He's taken a ton of hits this game, and he just keeps getting up play after play and trying to make a play. Also, having to run to the sideline every play doesn't help to get his play, but it's just what happens. Zimmerman with the snap. I assume he's just going to throw it up. Yeah, he's going to throw it up to number 4, and Deering makes a nice play on the ball, hitting it away from number 4, Corey Murphy. And it will be fourth down as the clock continues to run. It'll be 4th down and 10 here for Trinity. Trinity will float it to Murphy. Murphy will get a 1st down, and he will take off and slip and fall across the 30-yard line down to the Swathers 25-yard line. Nice little gain there for Corey Murphy. The Knights, another team to watch out for next year as they return some of their top playmakers. Zimmerman, Murphy, and Kipton Roberts are all coming back. Beatty also coming back. The only one they lose is Rylan Snyder. They lose their kicker, Max Johnson, and Karsten Dugan. Emmett O'Halloran on the sack for the Swathers. Emmett O'Halloran, I was talking to him in English this week. He actually doesn't have a sack on the year, believe it or not. He has half a sack now. I'd give him a full sack. He has half a sack now. Hats off to Emmett, and he will get credited for the sack, in my book at least. Trinity will take their time. 2nd down and 14. Oil in a sidecar, and the ball is just out. A little bit of a slippery football, and Zimmerman went to throw the screen pass, and the ball just completely fell out of his hand. I think I saw Will Hammond did that against Oklahoma State. He went to throw a screen and just didn't have control of the ball. He fumbled. Oklahoma State actually recovered that, believe it or not, even though Oklahoma State is struggling this year. The miscue there makes it 3rd and 18 and will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Hesston scored 2 touchdowns in the quarter, making it a 35-0 game. Hesston had a few unusual touchdowns. They had a pick 6 by number 4 Gavin Larson, and they had a 3-yard rushing touchdown by offensive lineman and defensive lineman, number 63 Ethan Coutre. So a few interesting touchdown scores you don't see very often. You see defensive touchdowns more often than offensive lineman touchdowns, but huge 2 touchdowns to extend the Swathers lead, and it will be a running clock the entire 4th quarter. Getting us out of here really quickly in the cold weather. The cold weather feels really good for football, and to play football in this weather, it's even better. But being in the stands, you kind of get cold pretty easily, but it still nothing matches with it. So, some other scores. I might check a score. The Swathers will play the winner of the the other suburb of Manhattan. Rock Creek, there it is. I thought of it. They'll play the winner of Rock Creek and the 15 seed. If I can find Rock Creek, then I will get you that score, or the Max Preps updated score. Rock Creek won their game tonight, or last night, let me say. They won 56-0, so the Swathers will see Rock Creek next week in Manhattan, Rock Creek-ish location, as pending the score to this game, as the Swathers are up 35-0. They'll travel down to Rock Creek to face the Mustangs. Mustangs are undefeated on the year, the 2 seed, only behind Andale, who's also undefeated on the year. So huge game next week up in Rock Creek. We played there my freshman year, I believe. Rock Creek is a solid team. they will play. They'll play hard. They have a ton of playmakers, being a bigger school. So the Swathers will just snap it and hand it off. I'd presume for the rest of the game, just run the clock as much as possible. Timmy Rhodes with a 3-yard carry. Josh Dirkson's going to enter the game. So what you saw tonight is you just saw a team that wanted it more, in my opinion. Hesston came in, way more energy. Trinity kind of just came in a lull. Heston's lost 2 straight coming into this week. They know this was a winnable game. They had to go get one. So Heston's played with their hair on fire all night long, and they've been able to get some momentum moving into next week playing Rock Creek. Hesston has scored 5 touchdowns. Only 2 of them are pretty much normal touchdowns. Hesston has scored a 96-yard touchdown, a pick-6 touchdown, an offensive lineman touchdown, and then I believe Blaine Wilson has 2 other rushing touchdowns. Yeah, Blaine Wilson has a 9-yard touchdown run and a 2-yard touchdown run. So Swathers got it 3rd and 3. Rhodes up the middle. Will get the first down and bounce it to the outside. And we'll get a 12-yard carry and a first down for the Swathers. Good throw of Timmy Rhodes' hand warmer to the sideline. One of the better throws we've seen tonight. So here, I just want to congratulate, before this game ends, I want to congratulate the officiating crew for the game. Head ref White Hat Kyle Sides has been officiating high school games for 24 years now, and this will be his final high school game that he will call as he is retiring after this year. So hats off to Kyle Sides. He and his crew, I believe, Mr. Beitler earlier on the intercom said they've been together for 18 years now, and a lot of connections, and Kyle will be stepping down to retirement, but officials are always hard to find, and when you have one that's willing to do it for 24 years, you don't see that very often. So hats off to Kyle Sides for being that kind of official for high school football over the years. Thanks, Kyle. Next order of business. The Swathers scamper ahead for 16 more yards. Same number on Timmy Rhodes' jersey as yards he got on that play, and it will be a running clock down past 7 minutes when the Swathers snap this football. So the Swathers could pretty much run the time all the way down here on this drive if they play the clock correctly. They have 2 more first downs to get. Now they can't quite run the clock all the way down, but they can come close. Timmy Rhodes will run it and be stopped short after a 5-yard gain.
Game 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Humphreys will jog to the huddle and call the play for the Swathers. Rhodes in the sidecar. Humphreys will snap the ball. Little pitch to Eli Haug, and the ball is on the ground, and Trinity will recover it, but it is a forward pass because he flipped it forward, so it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble. That's why teams run that shovel pass. There's a missed-exchange, it's a fumble, but if you just pitch it forward and the guy can't catch it, it's an incomplete pass. Prime example there. 3rd down and 5 for the Swathers as the clock continues to move inside of 5 minutes now, inside of 6 minutes, almost down to 5 minutes. Rhodes up the middle. Rhodes will pick up the first down, but we have a penalty marker fly in the backfield. It's going to come back for a holding penalty on the Swathers. Holding penalty will go against, I believe, probably Brody Martin, is what I saw. Maybe I was mistaken. And the Swathers will have it 3rd down and 15, not 3rd down or not 1st down.
Holding offense, 10-yard previous spot, 3rd down.
Great call by Kyle Sides. He threw the penalty. He was the one that announced it. Swathers were looking to put the game away with that 1st down. But now instead they just get to run a few more seconds off the clock and then jog Humphreys on the field to conduct yet another play call in the huddle. Rhodes up the middle. He will get 5 yards back to the original first marker, and it will be 4th down and 10. And I would anticipate Ethan Schrog will jog on for a field goal. Bowerly should kick the field goal. Hopefully he does. He's going to run this all the way down and call timeout, I believe. And the Swathers look like they're going to take a timeout here. Hopefully they get the field goal unit ready. Looks like Schrog's antsy, wants to get on the field. Humphreys will walk off. Schrog will walk into the huddle for the Swathers. And they will look to kick a field goal here most likely.
First timeout of the half.
So Ethan Schrog will jog out there. As I said, he will attempt a 42-yard field goal for the Swathers. The Friends commit to be a kicker. Will kick a 42-yarder. The kick is up. It's got the leg or does not have the leg. Got a little bit under it. Came up short right. I think it would have been good. Just didn't quite have enough leg. Tough break there for Ethan Schrog, but it is what it is. We move on. So I think that makes him 2 for 2 on the year with field goals, maybe. I don't know, or 2 for 4. Kick looks like it just came up a little bit short. Might have got a little bit too under it. Let the wind catch a hold of it. But nonetheless, heck of a kid in Ethan Schrog. So with Hesston being the lowest seed, or with Hesston being the 7th seed and Rock Creek winning, Hesston will most likely not hold another home game the rest of the season because of their seed. So with Hesston being the 7th seed, they won't host another home game, meaning that this will be most likely one of my last, if not my last, broadcasts on the Swather Sports Network. Super sad, but all fun things come to an end at some point. So yeah, that's that. Great read there by Levi Fleming on the quarterback read option. Was up the field, and Zimmerman was able to get a nice read. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. So as the final minute and a half winds down, the Swathers will win 35-0, or the Swathers will win. I don't know if Trinity is going to score, but the Swathers will win. The Swathers scored 5 touchdowns. They had 3 unconventional, not common touchdowns. But nonetheless, they will be victors in this game, and we'll move on next week to play Rock Creek in Rock Creek as Zimmerman throws it deep, and Eli Haug will pick it, and Eli Haug's got a sideline if he wants it. Nick Fry didn't get a block, and Eli Haug will be shoved out of bounds, and that will do it. The Swathers won't even have to run another play, and that will do it. Swathers will win 35-0, moving on to play the Rock Creek Mustangs next week. Big thanks to Kyle Sides for his 24 years of reffing high school football and high school sporting events. It is party time here in Hesston. Just kidding. Hesston gets another W on the home turf, making them 4-1 this year on the home turf. Hesston will move to 6-3 and move on to play Rock Creek, and Trinity will move to 4-5, and their season will end here tonight at Hobbs Stadium with the final score of 35-0. Blaine Wilson, player of the game probably. 200-plus rushing yards, I would guarantee. He had 3 touchdowns on the night. And wait, no. Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns on the night. I think he had all 3 in the first half. As the band plays on Wisconsin to end the Swathers W. Huge thank you to Swathers Sports Network for letting me broadcast the past 4 years. All fun things come to an end at some point, and I'm glad I was able to broadcast for so long. So, without further ado, for the last time, I'm Elijah Roth on the Swathers Sports Network, signing out. Have a good night and a blessed year and a blessed holiday season.